country need another one. They like country need another one. Quasi going crazy.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say that shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Turn me up, Jay.
Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, bout to terrorize. Step. If you ain't hating, nigga, keep that bullshit to yourself. Get my bop on you niggas. Don't never question if I'm a real nigga. I get a lot for you niggas. Bitch, they thought I was finished, but I got a lot for you niggas. Lil John on them niggas. I'm the bra on them niggas. I'm the hottest in the business. Okay, put me in the mix. I can tell you used to lame niggas that ain't this. Think you coming up a bag, you ain't getting shit. You say wanna fuck, but now she see a nigga lit.
Country for life in this bitch. Nigga.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say that shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Turn me up, Jay.
I'm like Block Boy, look alive, look alive. I'm married to that money and I keep her by my side. They thought I wouldn't be shit, so why they face look so surprised. You ain't a real nigga, you just pussy in the skies. Whoa, yeah, look at a nigga now. When I put up to the jeweler, I'ma tell that nigga gon' bust it down. Tryna count the money, damn homie, I done lost track of their mind. Turn me up, this that hot shit, it was kinda looking like a cloud. I don't do this for the clout, bitch. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some bands on it. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some racks on it. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say that shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Okay, turn me up, Jay. Okay, turn me up. Jay, bitch, I'm rolling up. Bitch, I'm burning up. Jay, I ain't showing up. Jay. They like country need another one. They like country need another one. Quasi going crazy.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say that shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Turn me up, Jay.
Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, bout to terrorize. Step. If you ain't hating, nigga, keep that bullshit to yourself. Get my bop on you niggas. Don't never question if I'm a real nigga. I get a lot for you niggas. Bitch, they thought I was finished, but I got a lot for you niggas. Lil John on them niggas. I'm the bra on them niggas. I'm the hottest in the business. Okay, put me in the mix. I can tell you used to lame.
YouTube. What's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And tonight, late. What am I? Wait a minute. It's not late night. It's Fantasy After Dark live stream. Stars and sits, guys. That's what I'm doing. So if you got any questions, I got your answers. Make sure you flood the comment section, guys. And also, guys, I'm going to give you my starts and sits for the week. So I'm going to give you my starts and sits for the week. And also, guys, I'm going to read out the injuries. The injuries. I'm going to read out what's going on in injuries. I'm also going to do that in tomorrow morning. So make sure you stay tuned for 10:30 tomorrow morning. I'm going to do another questions and answers, and starts and sits. So make sure you tune in at tomorrow at 10:30. Actually, it's today at 10:30. So let me get that through, guys. Let me see. What's going on with the injuries. Okay. So T. Higgins is expected to play. T. Higgins is expected to play, guys. So T. Higgins is playing. I'm not going to play him. So I'm going to go ahead and give you insight on that. I'm not playing T. Higgins tomorrow. We know how T. Higgins have played like this and then played for a couple snaps and went out the game. I'm not saying that's going to happen. And listen, if you want to go down with the ship, there's nothing wrong with playing T. Higgins. To me, I'm not taking that risk. There's too many other good players out there on your waivers. Another news. Kirk Cousins is expected to remain in Minnesota this season. Won't look to waive his no-trade clause. So people who thought that Kirk Cousins could get traded, looks like now he won't get traded. But who knows? We don't know what the money looks like. We don't know what's going to happen. It could change. But as of right now, that makes sense. Also, for the people who have Justin Jefferson is expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. I'm thinking it's about 6 weeks. I don't think it's going to be 4 weeks. I'm thinking it's going to be 6 weeks. Now, listen, if they can make the playoffs, it could be 4 weeks. But if they outside the playoffs, it's probably going to be more like 6 weeks. So he probably will be back for your fantasy football playoffs. Matt Judon, the Patriots pass rusher, which a lot of us don't play IDP, he shifts to IR. He is going on IR. Sauce Gardner is out. Yes, guys, Sauce Gardner is out. So the people who have Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, that looks good for you. Sauce Gardner is going to be out tomorrow. Let's see. Keaton Mitchell, he's off IR. He's off IR. So people have been stashing him. I still think there's a lot of mouths to feed on that backfield. You got Melvin Gordon, you got Hill, you got Gus Ellis. So I'm really not stashing him, but I know a lot of you've been asking me that question. I'm not really big into stashing him. Let me see here. Let me go to something. Okay. Let's see here. Tyquan Thornton, the wide receiver for the Patriots. You know they need wide receiver help. They need speed. He is off IR. Go stash him if you got room. He's a stash, especially in Dynasty. Buy low on him in Dynasty. Joey Bosa is possible for Monday, and that's big because, that's going to be a pass rusher against Dallas. Joey Bosa is a good pass rusher. Donald Parham is questionable. So people who have Gerald Everett, looks like Donald Parham might be questionable. So you might want to go ahead and trust Gerald Everett if you have to. We know Austin Eckler is not on the injury list. He will be playing. Guys, here's a big one. Malik Cunningham signs with the active roster. He came off the practice squad. So that's letting you know they don't like what Bailey Zappi's doing. They don't like what Matt Jones is doing. So they will give Malik Cunningham a chance if they play terrible. So Malik Cunningham signed a 3-year deal. Let's see. Is there any more news as far as in today or tonight? However you want to look at it. I think that's all the news, guys. We're going to go over the rest of the news tomorrow morning. We'll go over the rest. Okay, guys, here we go. We have Jalen Carter, the Philadelphia D tackle that's really good. The rookie, he's out. So that looks good for Breach. Yes, I said Breach Hall. That looks good for Breach Hall. So be paying attention to Breach Hall. I think Breach Hall. I'm starting Breach Hall. Kyle Duggar is questionable. The safety for the Patriots, he's questionable. Deshaun Watson could miss multiple games with right rotator cuff contusion, so he could be out this week and another week. So he's probably not going to play tomorrow. I'm still playing Amari Cooper, and I'm still going to play Jerome Ford. I don't care who's out there. Let me see. Jawan Johnson, the tight end, is out for the New Orleans Saints. All right, so that's all the news that I have as of right now, guys. So let's get to the comment section. Actually, guys, what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to get to the comment section. I'm not going to have y'all waiting. I'm going to get to the comment section. Okay. We got Ronnie Daniel. What's going on, Ronnie? He said, what's good, man? Need a little running back help. Need 1-4 PPR. Hubbard, DeMercado, or Foreman. Thanks. I'm going with Hubbard. Reason why, so Miami is a high-flying offense. That means that Hubbard can catch 4 or 5 balls. That's 4 or 5 points and 4 PPR. And also he could get a goal line opportunity, fall in the end zone. That's 1 touchdown. And he can have 60 to 70 yards. So he's not coming out the game even if they get down by 14 points because he can catch the ball and he don't have anybody really backing him up. Blackshear will play a little bit, but Hubbard's going to get full opportunity to show who he is. So I love Hubbard, even though I think Foreman is on a better offense. So I'm going with Hubbard over Foreman. DeMercado, we're just going to have to see. You play him if you have to. But out of those 3 guys, I'm going with Hubbard. Great question. Nifty, what's going on, bro? He says fantasy after dark. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Nifty says, you think Mayfield is an every week star until Watson comes back? He can be. Sometimes you just got to go down with a ship because that's the best you got. But you're going to have to keep working the waiver wire. If Josh Dobbs is out there and he balls out this week, maybe you go to Josh Dobbs. It just depends on what's on the waiver wire. Let me see. Hey, what's going on, bro? He said, what's good, my man? I need some help choosing 2 of Wilson. Okay, choosing 2 of Wilson, Devontae Smith, Olave, and Nico. I'm leaning towards Wilson and Devontae Smith because DJ Reed, Sauce, and Slay are all out. Yes. So I'm going to say Garrett Wilson. Nico is a starter, bro, but I know you probably can't get him in your lineup, but you need to get Nico in there. All those guys are starters. So I just want to always tell people that from the beginning. You choosing between really good wide receivers. So maybe you need to make a trade to consolidate because you don't want to have to make that decision every week unless you're in an 8-team or 10-team league. Those are just, you're going to always have somebody that you're going to miss out on because people have boom games out of nowhere. So, but out of these guys, I'm actually going to have to tell you not to play Garrett Wilson. I like to play Garrett Wilson, but you got too many good starters for me to tell you to go to Garrett Wilson with Zach Wilson being a starter. So I'm going to say Devontae Smith and Nico. Devontae Smith and Nico. Only reason, man, Garrett Wilson is a starter this week, but but Zach Wilson is the reason why I'm going to tell you to go to those guys because it looks like you're in a 10-team or 8-team league. George says start Tua or Fields. To me, you got to go with Tua. You got to go with Tua. And, bro, I don't usually do 2 upper echelon quarterbacks like that. I like to get a guy where I can back up. I don't really have to worry about trying to, I would say, push my starter. You need to let your starter have a free range to play, man. You don't want to have to say, oh, who should I play? I think these 2 guys, you're going to be disappointed almost every week. So to me, I'm gonna tell you to play Tua. He got too much upside, too many weapons, and he's playing. He has a great matchup this week. Let's see, yeah. Ethan, he says at flex, Mike Evans or Jerome Ford. Mike Evans. I'm going with Mike Evans. What's going on, Ethan? Jack says, wow, late night stream tonight. I love it. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I told you guys when I don't gotta work, I got a lot of listen. Imagine when I do this full time. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be one of the first guys with the late night streams. That's gonna be one of my niches. Itty bitty. He says DJ Moore, Jonathan Taylor at the flex. I'm going with DJ Moore. I don't want listen. If you got Jonathan Taylor, I don't think you should be making that decision. Now I understand why you're asking me, so I'm gonna give it to you and tell you what you should be doing with Jonathan Taylor. Either, man, don't play him until he have a boom game, or you play him and let him play into his boom game. So you shouldn't try to say, well, which week is going to be, because he doesn't hold he can't hold up to DJ Moore right now as far as what he did last week. But that doesn't mean he can't boom this week too. So you got to make that decision. Nobody's going to know when Jonathan Taylor lets Zach Moss get hurt. Nobody's going to know when Jonathan Taylor's going to get all the workload. You can't trust what the coaches say. You just got to watch the game. Neil, he says Joe Mixon or Madison. I think I'm going with Joe Mixon. Nifty says, you think Mayfield is an every week starter? Okay, I think I did that. I'm sorry, I did that one already. Will says, so would you start Devontae Smith over Waddle? No, I would not start Devontae Smith over Waddle. Both of those guys are starters, especially with the Jets corners being out. So I would start Waddle, but I think Devontae Smith is a necessary start. This got to be a 10-team league question. Guys, make sure you sign up as a member. You get urgency for getting your questions answered, and also, guys, you get a free consultation if you sign up as a Phenom Crew. Also, I don't do trades, or I don't rate your team inside the comments unless you are part of the member. And you can sign up as a member as $1 tier, and that means that gets your question read out or gets your team ranked or whatever you may need. Leon says Flex Hall, Olave, or London. Flex Hall, Olave, or London. I'm going with Hall. I'm going with Breach. Robert says, what's good, TD? Pick 2 wide receivers. I got Tyreek Hill. I need 1 for flex and 1 for wide out. Okay, what's good? TD says, pick 2 wide receivers. You got Tyreek Hill. So you need 1 for flex and 1 for wide out. All right, I don't see the question. Okay, I see it down here, maybe, Robert. Okay. All right, hold up. I got a super chat. PPR, he says Zay Flowers or Downs trade Justin Jefferson for Aaron Jones. No, don't trade Justin Jefferson for Aaron Jones. You can trade Justin Jefferson for Aaron Jones at another piece. Make sure you get another piece with that, because Aaron Jones has been out for a while, so it ain't like he didn't hit some boom games. So you can get Aaron Jones in another piece. But PPR, Zay Flowers or Downs, I'm going with Zay Flowers all day. And Robert question was, he says he need 2. Pittman, Collins, Josh Downs, or Olave. I'm going with Collins and Pittman. I'm going with Collins and Pittman. I like Josh Downs, but Pittman has touchdown upside. So that's the only reason why I'm going to tell you to go with Pittman over Downs. Downs is a PPR monster. Downs is a PPR monster, but Pittman has touchdown upside. So I'm going to give you the bigger boom. So I'm going to tell you Collins and Pittman. Let me see here. Big Wilson, what up, sir? Hold on. Okay, hold up. I don't want to skip over some stuff. I'm skipping over some stuff. Okay, let's go back. Okay, where were we at? Okay, I'm right here with Ethan. Ethan says Jerome Ford or Damian Pierce or Chuba Hubbard. I'm going with let me see here. Let me see. I'm going with Chuba. I'm gonna go with Chuba. I like Damian Pierce. I think he's a buy low, but I need to see, and they're playing against a tough matchup. Saints defense is like that. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with Chuba because Chuba getting a full workload and he's playing against Miami. You like to play running backs against Miami. Not that Miami suck against the run, they not that good against the run, but they score so many points. Guys like Chuba Hubbard gonna catch a lot of passes. Damian don't necessarily catch a lot of passes, and he's not getting the snap load that Chuba's gonna get tomorrow. So I'm gonna go with Chuba, but I think Damian Pierce is a better back and he's a better buy low guy. Adam, he said, give me some Amon. Throw the pump for the pump. Throw the pump for the pump. Yes, sir. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Throw the pump for the pump. Throw the pump for the pump. Roberts. Okay, we did that one. Isaac, what's good, bro? He said, what's good, TD? Garrett Wilson has to be hyper-targeted at some point in time. Give him the ball in different ways. Yes, and I believe that is coming. And I believe it could be tomorrow. The only reason why I would tell somebody to sit him if they got a bunch of studs, Zach Wilson to me holds Garrett Wilson value down a little bit when it comes to like 4 really good wide receivers. That's the only reason why I would sit Garrett Wilson. Other than that, he is a starter. Remember, always start your studs. But if you're in an 18-10 team league, that's different. You have to go with the best guy. You have to play matchups in 8 and 10 team leagues. And actually, that makes it harder to me, if you ask me. Aladdin says, yo, brother, need flex, Zach Moss or Chuba. I'm going with Chuba. I'm going with Chuba Hubbard. Listen, guys, we're going down with the ship with Chuba. I'm going to play Chuba. I'm not going to play him over any studs, but over Zach Moss with Jonathan Taylor coming back, I'm going to go with Chuba. I'm going to go with Chuba. Z, he said, should I start Lamar or Tua? I got to go with Tua. I hate to say, I don't want to sit Lamar, but I got to go with Tua. Tua got one of the best offenses in the league. He got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I'm going with Tua, especially with the matchup. The Ravens don't have a bad matchup either, but it's not as good as the Panthers. Let's see. Make sure I look at this matchup. Yeah. Oh, but actually, I mean, the Ravens defense is, the Titans run defense is good, but their passing defense is not that good. But I'm still going with Tua all day. Robert said, smash that like button. Yes, sir. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. And Jack says, Ingram or Demercado going to lead the backfield this week, you think? I'm going with I'm going down with the ship. Guys, I'm not going to act like I know, I'm smarter than everybody else. And guess what? I know Demercado is the guy. I don't know it, but guess who I'm willing to go down with? I'm going down with Demercado. You know why? Because I saw Demercado play last week, and he had some good runs and some good catches. I'm not going Ingram. He's going to have to show me something first. So that's what I'm going to play that game. I'm not going to try to get super cute. Now, listen, they will be split in the backfield, but I think Demercado might end up taking over as the game goes on. Nobody is promised anything. I got another super chat. Thank you, Bo. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you showing support. He says, PPR, Zay Flowers or Garrett Wilson? I'm going to go with Zay Flowers again because of Zach Wilson. I'm going with Zay Flowers again because of Zach Wilson. So Garrett is a starter, but in this situation, I'm not sitting Zay Flowers for Garrett. I'm going to play Zay Flowers. You got to play Zay Flowers. He's the best stud, especially with Odell Beckham being hurt probably. And the guy struggling, the only guy that I feel like he really trusts is Zay. Zay, even though he had a couple drops, he's still the best wide receiver as in talent right now on that team. Well, let me see. Harambe, he said, what's up, bro? What's going on? Appreciate you, bro. Yes, sir. Leon says, standard, starting CMC, Bijan, Puka, DK, need flex, Nico, Pittman, Pierce, or Rashad White. Go with Pierce and standard. Yep, I'm going with Pierce. Aladdin says Jonathan Taylor, Hubbard, start 1. So listen, and I'm going to break this down again. If you got Jonathan Taylor, you shouldn't be playing matchups with him. And when I say matchups, who should I play, right? Who should I start? Because nobody knows when Jonathan Taylor is going to really get that work. So either you just sit Jonathan Taylor and wait for him to have a boom game, or you just play him out there. You don't put him against a guy because his value is too much, right? So I'm going to go with Hubbard because Hubbard's getting the full workload. Zach Moss is not on that team. So that's the reason why I'm going to go with Hubbard. But if you ask me, if I got Taylor and I want to put him in my lineup, I'm going to put him in there. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care who else it is, unless it's CMC or something like that, right? But you got to get Jonathan Taylor. If you didn't held on for him this long or traded for him or whatever you did, this is the guy that you just got to go down with the ship, or you just hold on to him until he has a good game. Itty Bitty says, not stressing off JT because I got Breach Hall and Collins started at running back. My wide receiver are Chase and Hill in a 14-team half-point PPR. Yeah, but Brian, I get it. I know you're not stressing, but I'm trying to give you context of how to play Jonathan Taylor because you're asking a question. Because you got to understand, you got to look in my shoes. What if Jamar Chase has been out for 5 weeks and Tyler Boyd has been catching 10 balls a game? And you say, who should I play, Jamar Chase or Tyler Boyd? I'm going to say Tyler Boyd, right? Because he's been doing it. But you know Jamar Chase is a stud. So you want him, even though he's getting an uptick, like they're trying to gracefully put him back into the offense, he can still go for 2 touchdowns, right? Because he's that good. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to prepare you for that. Because every week, bro, you're going to do that, and then you're going to end up missing something that you're looking for. But if you're willing to, like, okay, I don't care what happens, I'm going to sit him until I see a good game, that's I like that mindset. I think that's safer. Or you're just going to play them and you don't care who boom. But I can't sit there and tell you to play guys over Jonathan Taylor because they don't got the cachet that he got, right? So I don't want to just sit there and say, oh, Hubbard, that's easy. Because Jonathan Taylor could go out there and get 2 falling touchdowns. Big Will says, what up, sir? I'm working that midnight shift as well. Thoughts on stashing Brendan Powell? Yes, I'm stashing Brendan Powell. Especially if I got JJ. But even if I don't got JJ, I'm stashing. That might be the target haul on this team. He might be the underneath guy. Yes, sir. He might be the underneath guy. Harambe. He says Curtis Samuel for a flex. Yes, he is okay. He is a good flex. I'm not gonna cap. He's not a stud, but he's been balling. He's got a nice little 2-game trend where he's been getting a lot of targets. So I like Curtis Samuel. I am playing Jahan Dotson in the league, but the reason because I need to. But I think he still has the opportunity to score because of talent. Aladdin says need a defense. Also, Lions or Falcons? Let me see here. Okay. I think I'm going to have to go with Detroit, bruh. Detroit been balling. They've been balling. I'm going to go with Detroit. I ain't going to even try to get cute. I'm going to go down with that ship. I'm going with Detroit. Robert says, thoughts on Ramondre against Las Vegas? I'm playing him, but you don't have to. If you got better running backs, you start him over him. You hold on to him on your bench. But I'm playing Ramondre this week. I'm not even trying to get cute. Like if I hit Demary Cotto, I'm not playing Demary Cotto over Ramondre Stevenson. I'm playing Ramondre Stevenson. The matchup is too good. 619, he says, bro, okay, how about this one? Devontae Smith for Tutu Atwell. I'm going with Devontae Smith. MH, he says, should I start Jordan Addison or Devontae Smith in the flex? AJ Brown is already an Eagle wide receiver in my lineup. Is it wise to start 2 Eagles or just go with Addison? I would squeeze. That way you don't get the boom. One of those guys going to boom. So I would play Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. Addison, I would make him show me first if I can't get him in my lineup, and that's fine. If Devontae Smith does me this week, then maybe next week I'll go with A.J. Brown and Addison because Addison balled. But I'm not going to sit Devontae Smith when I got it. That's an upper echelon offense. Now, the New York Jets is good, but they don't have Sauce Gardner. So you got to play A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith to make sure you get that wide receiver boom. I call it squeezing, and I got to do a video on that, calling squeezing a team, squeezing a backfield, squeezing a wide receiver core. Patty says PPR, KJ Osborne or Amari Cooper with backup quarterback this week. I'm going with Amari Cooper. The reason why he's the stud, I like KJ. I need to see it. I'm not saying KJ sucks. KJ can make big plays. I want to see this team without Justin Jefferson, see what happened. Is it Addison? Is it TJ? Is it a run game? Does Kirk Cousins play good? Does he struggle? I'm going with Amari Cooper because even though now if it was a backup, not a backup quarterback, if it was the rookie quarterback, DTR, then I would tell you to go with KJ. But PJ Walker he did good with DJ Moore a couple times last year. So I'm going to say that Amari Cooper is going to get 10 targets because he's the number one wide receiver on this team and he can get open. So I'm going to say Amari Cooper. But if you want to go with KJ Osborne, bro, it's nothing wrong with that. It's not no crazy play. I wouldn't tell you to do that if I thought it was crazy. I don't like sitting my studs, even though the circumstances are different, because the studs, they draw up plays all week long for the studs, no matter who the quarterback is. So that's the reason I'm going to tell you to play Amari Cooper. He said, also, is it time to sell Cooper because of Cleveland quarterback problems? It just depends. Don't sell him for chopped liver. Do not sell him for chopped liver. Make sure you get something good for him. Mr. Anderson, he says, Chuba or Foreman. Quick thoughts on both. Chuba, I like Chuba. I think Chuba is going to have a good game. I think he's going to catch 4 to 5 passes. I think he got a chance for a fall-in touchdown. And I think he's going to stay in the game no matter how many points they get down by. Miami is a good defense. I love playing against Miami as a defensive squad. I mean, as an offensive squad, because they going to make your offense play good. I mean, either you're going to be down, or you're going to score 20, or you're going to be down and get a lot of opportunities. You're going to get a lot of opportunities playing against Miami. So, because Miami defense is not that good, but that offense is really good. So, I like Chuba. Foreman, I like Foreman. I think he's a good play. But I'd rather play Chuba over Foreman. And the reason why, because Foreman, they don't need Foreman to score. They can score with DJ Moore. They can score with Justin Fields. They can score with Cole Kmet. Chuba, if it ain't Adam Thielen, it's got to be Chuba. I haven't seen that DJ Chark. Maybe Mike can get a long touchdown, but I haven't seen anybody do anything in the red zone. So I'm going with Chuba over Foreman in PPR. In standard, will probably go with Foreman. Patty says, pick 3 PPR, Ridley, Olave, Addison, Pittman. I'm going with Ridley because he is the number 1 wide receiver in his draft capital, his ADP. I'm going to go with Pittman because he is the number 1 wide receiver on this team. He has touchdown upside. They are drawing up plays for him. They need to give him the ball. Gardner Minshew will give him opportunities. And I'm going to go with Olave over Addison because I've seen Olave play good and he's active. I think he's fine with the toe injury. I'm not going to get super cute and sit Olave just because I'm not high on Olave. Not because he don't play good, but it's a lot of mouths to feed. But they do try to get Olave targets. Addison, I think he'll be fine. I don't know if he's going to be the go-to guy. It could be Brandon Powell. It could be Madison. I don't think Addison is going to pick up everything that Justin Jefferson did. Maybe he get 40% of that. So I want to see it first. So I'm going to tell you really Olave and Pittman. Will, he says, nope, it's a 12-team, brother. Okay, I have Chase and Waddle starting. Okay, I'm flexing Montgomery. Okay, I got you. I also have Mixon and Jacobs. So you starting Mixon. I get that. I would try to trade. I'm not telling you what to do, but I would probably want to trade Mixon to try to keep Montgomery in there so I can start one of my wide receivers. I think you need to be putting Chase, Waddle, and Devontae Smith on the field, and I think you need to trade Mixon or Jacobs. Trade Mixon or Jacobs, or if you don't like I like Montgomery, so maybe you don't like Montgomery. So you need to try to trade one of those running backs to try to maybe upgrade somewhere else, or I don't like Devontae Smith being on your bench. But if you wanted one of those running backs to be on your bench, you could do that. I would maybe sit. I probably would sit Mixon. That's just me though. That's just me. And standard, it'd be different. I would probably sit Devontae Smith in standard and play those 3 running backs. But in full PPR, I'm playing Devontae Smith. But just because he's on an upper echelon. And if it was a tough matchup, I get it. If Sauce Gardner was playing and that defense was like lights out, I could see you doing it this week. I think you got to play Devontae Smith because it might be a Devontae Smith game because he hasn't got a lot of targets the last 2 weeks. And we've seen what happened with Dallas Goedert. We've seen what happened with A.J. Brown when they wasn't getting a lot of targets. So it could be a Devontae Smith week. But I'm not trying to say to guess that. But to me, I just want to put him in my lineup. He says, in my running back spot, Devontae Smith on my bench right now. Gotcha. Oh, thank you for the context, bro. Thank you for the context. And Nifty, he says, yeah, had Mayfield and Dobbs on waivers, been going back and forth on the 2. I understand. And there's nothing wrong. Go down with the ship, the one you like. I like Dobbs myself. I like the running upside, but it depends on your scoring format in your league. If you got, if it's 6-point passing touchdown or 4-point passing, if it's 4-point passing touchdown, then I probably would go with Dobbs. But if it's 6-point, I can see you going with Mayfield. I feel safer with running quarterbacks. That gives me a better floor. If they don't have a great passing game, they can still have a great rushing game. Mayfield ain't rushing the ball. Steve, what's going on, bro? He said, should I start Ahmad or Ingram? I would start Ingram over Ahmad. Ahmad can have a good game in, but he been hurt. I don't know. Is Jeff Wilson, if they're gonna get Jeff Wilson some carries, right? Is he gonna be out? Is it all straight up Ahmad this week? What about the other backup running back, the Chris dude? Right? We don't know who is going to be, but I get why Ahmad has I don't think he's just going to take over the Devon A-Chain role. I don't think it's going to be necessarily like that. That's tough. I don't want to just play Ingram. I don't know. I'm going to say Ingram, bro, but if you want to play Ahmad, that's okay with Ingram. Leon said, would you still play Philly D with so many injuries? Yes, I would. That's the only D. Now, if you can go to the waiver wire and get a good D, that's fine. But sometimes you just got to play the D what you got. You can't try to squeeze points out of every single thing every time. Go to the waiver wire for every single position when it's not optimal. Sometimes you just got to go play your guy and go down with that ship, and hopefully somebody else can pick up the slack. Side-eye Muffet said, TD, what's the deal, bro? What's good, Side-eye Muffet? Yes, sir. Ethan says Jalen Hurts or Tua. I'm going with Tua. And should I trade one? Which so? It just depends on Jalen Hurts. You can probably get more for Jalen Hurts, and whatever you need with to build your team. Go for whatever you can trade to get what you want. That's what you do. Both of those guys are solid, but you got to understand Tua is volatile. So you may want to say, well, I need a quarterback that's going to be healthy the whole season. So maybe you might want to trade Tua because Tua could go down. But Jalen Hurts, he's good too, and he's not as injuries prone. But to me, I'm going to sell the guy that I can get the most for. That's what I would do. Steve says, okay, yeah, we did that one already. Sorry about that. Ms. Anderson, would you stash Foreman or DeMarcado? I'm stashing probably DeMarcado because Rashad Johnson is coming back. So I'm probably going to stash DeMarcado. Side-eye Muffet said, Titty, don't pay attention to dude trying to argue with me in your comment section. When I called him drafting Kelsey and Kittle in the first 4 rounds unethical. Yeah, bro, I seen that. I'm just trying to get the algorithm out there. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. I didn't want to choose a side because I understand y'all talk your junk. Robert says pick 2, JT Hubbard, Ramondre DeMarcado for the flex, or play Pittman in my flex. One of these guys for my flex. That's rough. That's a good one. I don't want to tell you to play Hubbard over Pittman. I'm going to go with Pittman, bro. He has the draft capital. I'm going with Pittman. Guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. I'm going with Pittman. I'm going with Pittman. That's a tough one. Hubbard is going to be good. Ramondre don't got the sauce right now, but he ain't a terrible play this week. And DeMercado is probably going to be okay this week. So I'm just going to say it would be Pittman, then Hubbard, then Ramondre, then DeMercado. Great question, Robert. Juice, what's going on, bro? He said Jonah Smith or Gerald Everett. I'm going with Gerald Everett if Parham is out. I'm going with Gerald Everett if Parham is out. If Parham plays, then I'm going to go with Jonah Smith. So you need to watch Parham up into the game start. Parham is the key for the Chargers. The Private, he says, peace, what's happening? Got a team with Eckler, with Swift, Kamara, and David Montgomery. Can only start 3 running backs each week. Should I trade one or hold? Eckler, Swift, Kamara. You need to hold because you got bye weeks. You got bye weeks coming up, so you're going to need Eckler, Swift, Kamara, and David Montgomery. I would say hold on to those guys. You can only start 3, but hold on to them. You never know who you might need or who might go down. Aladdin. He says, need to drop one. Elijah Mitchell, McKinnon, or Hunt. I'm dropping McKinnon. Reason why Elijah Mitchell is a premium handcuff. If anything happens to CMC, Elijah Mitchell is going to be played. Elijah Mitchell could be a 4th quadrant player. In the 4th quadrant, he could be booming because CMC could go down. I mean, I'm not saying knock on wood. I don't want any player to go down, but CMC could be taking a rest and saying, listen, we got the playoffs wrapped up. We good. And that could, where they might play Elijah Mitchell for your fantasy football championship. So I will hold on to Elijah Mitchell. He's got the pedigree. Hunt, I will hold on to him too, because I think they're just waiting for him to get his feet under him, and they're going to give him more carries, especially with Deshaun Watson being out for a little bit. He might be out for a couple more weeks. ASD, he says, hey, man, can you tell me what you think of my NBA fantasy draft? No, bro, I can't do that. You got, if you was a member, I would. Sign up as a member, as a $1 tier member, and I got you, bro. But I appreciate you coming to the live, man. But what I will do, I'll look through it real quick and just say, shoot, with your second pick, you said, hey, man, can you tell me what you think of my NBA fantasy draft? I just say I like Embiid. I think Embiid is he's one of the greatest centers in the game right now. Very fun. He can do it all. Shoot threes, dribble, pull up off the dribble. Fraud Mighty says, peace. What's going on, bro? He says, Nico, Addison, or Ford, the flex. Thanks. I'm going with Nico. Buy low on Nico. Durf Boy. He says, I'm starting A.J. Brown. Who do I start for my second wide receiver and flex? Puka Water or Kyron Williams? I'm going with, I got to go with Puka. I can't get cute. I love Waddle. I want to go. Ooh, you got Kyron Williams too. Woo, bro, all those guys are starters. So you must be in a 10-team league, bro, because you need to get all those guys in there. But I'm gonna go with Puka. I mean, I got to give Puka his respect right now. I'm going with Puka over Water and Colin because Puka just so super duper safe, and he got a little bit of boom in it with him. So I'm gonna say Puka. Roberto, what's up, bro? He says, what up, Amari Cooper or Chuba Hubbard to start at my flex? I'm going to go with Chuba. I'm going with Chuba in this one. If it's full PPR. I like Amari Cooper, but with the backup quarterback, I just think Hubbard is going to give you a safe floor. He's going to get catches no matter what. So I'm going to go with Hubbard. Chuba or Tutu? I'm going with Chuba over Tutu. Chuba over Tutu. Thought Muffin says JJ injury may be up to 6 weeks now. Yes, I read that off in the beginning, bro. I read out the injuries. I think you the one gave me that advice a couple of lives ago. But he said now he's getting paid. He's getting paid. I don't think he rushes back to this terrible team at all. I traded Justin Jefferson away for DK and Pickens. Great move, bro. I love that. Because I could have got better maybe, but I'm 1-4. Now I think you killed it. I love that you got Pickens and DK. You killed it. That's an A+. That's an A+ trade right there, bro. Great job. Phenomenal. No cap. Pete, hope I got that name right. Appreciate you being here. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, which I'm pretty sure you subscribed already. But he says pick 3 for this week: Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, DeMarcado, Kyron Williams, or Deontay Foreman, Tajay Spears, Zach Moss, Marquise Brown for PPR. You got to go with Derrick Henry because that's the draft capital guy that you got on your team. You got to go with Derrick Henry. You can't sit him on your bench. Then I'm going to say Marquise Brown, and then I'm going Kyron Williams. That matchup for the Rams is so sweet. They're playing against the Cardinals. So I got to go with Kyron Williams. So I'm going with Kyron Williams, Marquise Brown, and Derrick Henry. Nifty says, yeah, it's 4-point passing touchdown PPR. So, yeah, you might want to go with the running quarterback. Yes, sir, you might want to go with the running quarterback. All right, let me go down here to the Mr. Anderson says, Amari or Tutu? I'm going with Amari over Tutu. I'm going with Amari. You got to play your studs. They're gonna draw up plays for him. That's a great question. That's a great question. Because Tutu being a third wide receiver could still give you a boom because he could go for a 60-yard touchdown with a great offense and a great matchup. So that's a great question, bro. But I'm gonna go with Amari because that's the stud that you drafted, and it's Tutu. I would play Amari. But if you want to play a Tutu, this is one of these things. If you want to play Tutu, I don't got nothing to say about it. I understand it because I understand what you're trying to do here. Because Amari targets is not going to be optimal because he got a backup quarterback. But PJ Walker is not chopped liver. He's a little bit above chopped liver. He's cube steak. Who in here? Hey, spam the chat right now. Tell me who eats cube steak. If you eat cube steak, put a 100 signal in the chat. If you eat cube steak, Amari Cooper is not chopped. Tutu is not chopped liver. PJ Walker. I'm sorry, PJ Walker is not chopped liver. He is cube steak. So he's gonna give some decent targets to Amari. That's a great question, though, Mr. Anderson. Shout out, mother says, thanks, dog. Anytime, bro. Anytime. Let me see here. Patty says, who are some wide receivers I should potentially try to flip Amari Cooper for? Some wide receivers. Drake London. Garrett Wilson. Chris Godwin. That's about it, bro. That's about it. Those guys right there for you. Isaac says, you sticking with the Cowboys D even with when they played a good offense? It just depends on what's out there on your waivers, bro. He says, I don't want to pick up another D if I don't have to. That's why I'm telling you, yes. Because listen, I don't know your scoring format, but I hate defenses just go off of just straight points. Now, points should be there. Like if you hold a team under 10 points, you should get like a boost for that, maybe 10 points or something. But if you get sacks and turnovers and forced fumbles, those should count too. So most defenses are counted on points, and I don't care how you get it. I don't like. I'm not saying I'm against those leagues. That's not optimal to me. So, Cowboys should get a turnover or two. They very optimistic. So I would say stick with your Cowboys defense, or because you probably ain't got no room to stash another defense or pick up another defense. So I would say just go ahead and play my Cowboy defense and take my lumps. You got to come back around to the Giants. You coming back around again. So just hold on to your Cowboys defense. Every week you can't play matchups with defenses because then you start dropping defenses or dropping players that you hate that you drop. Excuse me, guys. Guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Robert says Stafford or Burrows. I like Stafford matchup. I do too. And I'm going to go with Stafford. And I know it's getting a little cute, but Burrow, he had a good game, but I'm still going with Stafford. Stafford been balling. Stafford ain't had a game below 15 points all season. He had almost every game has been a solid game. Stafford's a top 12 quarterback this season. 619 said, bro, I am leaning towards Tutu over Devontae Smith because Tutu is getting more targets and points than Devontae Smith. Hey, I disagree with that, but I respect what you're saying. I'm not. Listen, I love Tutu. I was the only channel in fantasy football that was on Tutu. I said what I said. I'm the only channel that's why I don't worry about like the couple misses that I have. I was the only channel that talked about Tutu in the off season. Not no week one. I said all season, go pick up Tutu. Everybody, I ate Tutu. Everybody, then people said about Puka, but Tutu was a better hit than Puka because Puka had draft capital. People, wasn't nobody on Tutu. So I'm telling you right now, I'm not Devontae Smith, bro, is a top 12 wide receiver. Now he might not be consistent every week, right? He might not be consistent every week. He was about to break out, but AJ Brown complained. I'm not sitting no Devontae, but listen. You might make this move, and it might be an amazing move. You might kill it. I'm not going to sit there and act like that what you're doing is going to be crazy. I just don't play fantasy football that way. That's the type of science I don't want to play. That's like I could walk, and I'm not comparing this to this, so be fair with me now. But I could walk across the road or highway with a blindfold on and not get hit. But that doesn't mean that's the best way to do that, right? That's how I look at it. I'm not saying what you're doing because you made your assessment. That's why I said I respect what you're saying because you're right. Tutu is getting targets and he playing on and he got a better matchup. So I get what you're saying. I'm not sitting on Devontae Smith for no Tutu. I can't do it. He says and getting more targets than points, and Devontae ain't getting that many targets and points. What you think? Like I said, that's my 2 cents on it. Like I think you can hit. You can do that in fantasy. I wouldn't do it. That's what I would call that, bro. That's cutting edge content right there. What you're doing. That's cutting edge. I ain't hating. Ronaldo, what's going on, bro? He says hi. Josh Palmer, DeMarcado, Josh Downs, pick 2. Full PPR. I'm going with Josh Downs and Josh Palmer. I'm going with Josh Downs and Josh Palmer. Thank you so much. Anytime, bro. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content, guys. Leon, he says Amari Cooper or Spears in the flex. I'm going with Amari Cooper. Isaac says, would you pick up your cuff like Murray because I got Cook? I don't think Murray is the cuff to pick up. I don't think James Cook got a handcuff. Then Murray would get the goal line opportunities, but so could Damian Harris. So I don't think don't pick up Cook handcuffs. That's a terrible handcuff right there. Some guys don't got handcuffs. Like Austin Eckler don't got a handcuff. And James Cook don't got a handcuff. So I wouldn't handcuff him. You said, and drop a wide receiver like Reed, Tutu, and Zay Jones. You might could drop Zay Jones, but I know don't try to aim for James Cook. That's something that you should never even try to pick up. Even if he went down, bro, who knows what's going to happen? It could be a split backfield between Damian Harris and Latavius Murray, and then maybe they could even trade for Derrick Henry? We don't know. So I wouldn't try to aim for James Cook handcuff. Yep. Let's see how many likes we got, guys. Let's see how many likes we got right now. Also, guys that are new, sign up as a member. Sign up as a member. You get consultations and you get your comments read all the way out. And also you get to come up. If anybody want to come up, I'm going to put the link in the chat. And if you can come up and chop it with me, but you do have to be a member. You do have to be a member to come up here. You don't have to turn on your screen. It can be dark. You can just come up here and just talk. I put it in the comment section. All right, let's see how many comments. Let me see how many likes we got. We got 23 likes. We got 23 likes. That's pretty good for this time of night or time of morning. Wes, he said, what's good? I traded Breach Hall for Waddle to do to Jefferson on IR. Okay. My team is LJ, Mixon, Walker, Devontae Smith, really commit. I wouldn't have traded Breach Hall. But you got Waddle, so I'm gonna give it a B- because you got Waddle. But if you would have traded him for anybody else, I probably, unless it had been like, a top guy, like a Jamar Chase or something like that, I probably would have gave it like I said, man, I'm gonna give it a B-. I'm in the B's because it's Waddle, but I probably would have gave it a C-. Because Breach Hall is a running back that I think you want to have in your flex balling down the stretch. That's what I think. So he says to Jefferson's on our. I got it. Let me see. All right. Side-Eye Muffet says, TD, are you covering fantasy basketball this season? I'm gonna try to do a little bit of content. I'm not gonna be able to cover it like I'm doing football. And also, guys, I will be sending out applications as my channel upgrade for guys that are good at other fantasy sports. But listen, I'm not saying you got to be some type of guru, but you're gonna have to be good at it. But I will be sending out applications for that, and I will be paying you. And it might not be nothing super in the beginning, but the contract will be with growth with the channel. So I will be putting that out there. But right now, bro, I'm probably not. I'll probably be breaking down certain players, talking about certain games, reaction videos. That's probably what I'll be doing when basketball season come around. Okay. KJ says, what up, bro? Tajay Spears, Deontay Foreman, or Chuba Hubbard for a spot start. A spot start, bro. I'm going with Chuba and full PPR over Deontay Foreman, over Spears. I like Tajay Spears, but I'm going with Chuba over him. Chuba getting the whole workload, and he gonna catch passes. Miles Sanders is out. So I'm gonna go with Chuba. And he says grass-fed cube steak. Okay. Guys, if you eat cube steak, put it in the chat. Put a 100. Y'all spam the chat if you eat cube steak. Appreciate that, KJ. Ronaldo, he says Raiders, Saints, or Lions defense. The Saints got a tough matchup. They got to play the Texans. I'm going to go with the Lions. I'm going with the Lions against the Buccaneers. Appreciate you, Ronaldo. Michael, what's going on, bro? He says Barkley or James Cook. I'm going to go, listen. Daniel Jones is out. This team is struggling. I don't like saying stuff like this because I like playing your studs. I'm going to say play James Cook. The matchup is too good. Now listen, I'll take accountability for this. I'm telling you right now. So I'm telling you to bench Barkley. And it's the reason why he hasn't played 3 weeks, going on 4 weeks. James Cook got a great matchup. I need to see Barkley 1 week. After this week, I'm going to start him regardless because he's going to be ready to play. He's practicing to play. This week, we didn't know. I'm going to go with James Cook because he's got an optimal matchup. I'm going with James Cook. He says, my opponent doesn't have any plays on Sunday night or Monday, so I know if I be up or down. I'll play James Cook. I'll play James. That's a great question, though. Shout-out Mother says, TD, are you... Okay, yeah, we did that one already. KJ said, do you think Jerry Judy would get traded by the deadline? Have Marvin Mims stats in the last spot on my bench? Probably. I don't know who's going to take him. I don't know. I don't think he's as bad as people say he is. He just need to get with a good offense. Put him on. He could go to the Patriots. I think he'd be good for the Patriots. But put him on Kansas City and see how good he is. This guy can play. He might not be no superstar. Right? He might not be no superstar, but that don't matter. I think he can play. He's also still a young wide receiver, and he's going through some injuries. He need to get past some of these injuries. I think Mims is a great stash. That's the 4th quadrant player. What's going on, bro? He said 14 man. I'm in third, 8-2. Richardson. Oh, so everybody now got playing against that median. That median is the new sauce. He said Richardson on IR, picked up Baker, patty cake, Baker's man. Roll him around, throw him in the pan. He said, should I trade Gus Edwards for Purdy? You got Baker. Okay, you said Richardson's on IR. I picked up Baker. Yeah, I would trade Gus Edwards for Purdy because you don't have a quarterback. Richardson's on IR. You picked up Baker. Purdy is a lot better than Baker. Yes, sir, and I would do that quickly. Do that right now. He says, I know he has a bad matchup this week. I don't care nothing about no bad matchup when it comes to no Purdy. Not with that type of team. I'm told you bad matchups don't matter when it comes to you like getting a player that you know is good. Forget that bad matchup. Go get a guy like Purdy. For what you going through, Richardson might not be back for you for the whole year, bro. He's a young rookie quarterback. They ain't going to push him out there. Go get that Purdy. If Gus Edwards for Purdy, yes, sir. And he says this week, but what to do the next 3 weeks? Exactly. 619 says, right on, bro. Cutting edge content. I said what I said. I got you, and I respect that. I respect that breakdown. That's why I say, guys, I don't sit here. I'm going to give you my opinion, but I'm not going to sit there and act like I know everything. I know how fantasy can do. You can go and make a play, and it could be correct. I remember when, Pretty Richard used to be part of the channel, and he told me that he wanted to play Taysom Hill over Mark. It might have been Mark Andrews, or it might have been maybe Cole Kmet. And Taysom Hill went for 40 points. I'm not predicting that, but he was on it and he hit. So I'm not gonna sit there and say that's wrong to play 2-2 over a guy, over Devontae Smith. I just said, would you hold Kelly? No, man, no. I'm not gonna sit there and say that man sucked, but no, man, take that stuff. Take him to the what would you call it? What would you call that? Take him to the soup kitchen. Go ahead and pass him out to the people, bro. I don't want them. Let everybody else get some of that. I don't want it. Pause. I don't know. Kelly, no. Now he might be okay with Austin Eckler in there, but who's going to play that? Who's going to play him because Austin Eckler in there? He says, I know he does it, but I think he's unusable at some point. I don't think so, man. I'm not using it. I'm done. Look, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not getting fooled. What George Bush say? What George Bush say? Fool me 3 times, shame on me. You're not fooling me again, right? I'm not doing it. I can't do it. Saddam Monk says that opportunity fire. Yep. Saddam Monk says love cube steak. I do too, bro. Cube steak with onions on it. Yes, sir. Cube steak with onions on it. Yes, sir. I like mine fried. I like it to be in batter. You got to season that batter real good with whatever type of steak seasoning you got. Put it in that batter and drop it into that grease. Now I don't eat fried food like I used to. But back in the day, But it can't be that cube steak where it got gristles in it. It's got to be that good top of the line cube steak. I don't want no gristles and a real hard to chew cube steak. I want it to be tender. Jason, he said Star Foreman over Barkley. I can understand that. I think they both even. I think it's tomato. I can see you starting Foreman over Barkley. I think either one is okay. I'm just not big on Barkley this week. I just don't want to go with Barkley with Tyrod. And listen, Barkley might bust a long run. This is fantasy football. I know how it is. And so I could be wrong. Usually I tell y'all to play your studs. I don't care even when they come back from injury. I don't know about this one. I'm just kind of feeling I got Barkley. I'm probably not going to play him because I got good running backs like Foreman and Chuba and other good running backs that I'm playing over Barkley. And if he boom, I'm okay with that. I'm willing to go down with that ship. Yes, and I'm worried that Barkley won't play either. Why would you play him if Daniel Jones? Well, you might as well hold him out too this week. Why would you play him? I think that's a little weird. If you run Barkley out there, I think the coach should be fired because Barkley, you was paying him to use him, but if you were gonna sit Daniel Jones could play if this season was needed him to. But no, why not? Come on, why would you do that? So sit him, sit Waller. I would sit all three of them. Tyrod Taylor got to go out there with chopped liver. I'm sorry. That's what we pay you for. D says, would have never guessed you were going to say soup kitchen. Yeah, that's what I was saying, bro. That's what I was trying to say. Take them to the soup kitchen. What you call it? The shelter. That's what I call it. The soup kitchen and the shelter is the same. I was like, man, take him to the shelter, bro. I'm not talking about his talent. I'm not picking him up for no fantasy football. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Take him to the soup kitchen. That's gonna be one of my new sayings. Take him to the soup kitchen. Take him to the soup kitchen. Samuel says, "What up, bro? What's going on, Samuel?" Yes, sir. Nifty says, "I'm gonna go down with the ship with Baker." Okay. Just Pete Rams only allowed 3 passing touchdowns so far this season. Got you. Sometimes it's about your matchups and your game script. Sometimes you getting because Houston last year was the worst defense in the league, and they was number 1 in passing. And that was really smoke and mirrors because you didn't have to throw it. A lot of quarterbacks didn't even stay in the game that long because they just ran it down their throats, got up by 28 points, and came out the game. And so their backup quarterback came in. So that's why you got to look at the numbers. Sometimes it ain't because you're really great. It's just you so weak at another spot, they using that. Samuel says, just picked up Elijah Mitchell on the wire. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great job, bro. And JJ says, Josh Jacobs or Damian Pierce. You got to start Josh Jacobs. You got Josh Jacobs on your team. You can't play matchups with him. He's too much ADP there. Start Josh Jacobs or trade him. And Samuel says, Colorado Buffaloes, they blew that 29 point. I'm hurting seeing that. Me too, bro. Dion was hurting too. But they going to learn. Travis Hunter had his worst game of his career, even though he had some great plays. He gave up some big plays. And that dude had about 300 yards. No, was it 200 or 300 yards? That was crazy, right? Travis Hunter's still a beast. He was rusty. Dion got to take a little bit of responsibility and throwing him out there, and he hasn't played in 2 or 3 weeks. You could tell Travis Hunter can play because he would have never gave that up if he had been playing for the last couple of weeks. I think Dion needed to maybe use him more for offense and sparingly on defense and just let him kind of gracefully come back. If he started getting burnt early, I wouldn't have took him out, but I would have brought him along a little bit slower. But Dion just threw him out there to the wolves, and he just was rusty. I don't believe he's that bad. He was there. The guy wasn't killing him like that. I just think he was just rusty. But yeah, that hurt me too, man. I didn't even get to watch the game, but when I saw the score and I saw what happened, because I was like, they up by 29. And I'm scrolling on YouTube this morning, and I see that I said, Deion mad at press conference. I'm like, is this a fake video? Was this from 3 weeks ago? I mean, what is this? This against Oregon? I'm like, what? They lost the game? I was shocked. Jay says Thielen or Hopkins. I'm going with D-Hop. Let me see. You know what? I'm going with Adam Thielen. Baltimore Ravens defense is, oh, that is tough. That's tough. In full PPR, you can go with Thielen. I think this is a tomato. Hopkins, I don't care who's out there for Baltimore. He's still going to get his targets, and he's still going to have a good game. Hopkins looked good last week. He looks more healthy. But Thielen he's lines up anywhere. He's getting hyper-targeted. I say go with either one of those guys. To me, I probably would go with Hopkins. I wouldn't want Hopkins sitting on my bench or going off, and I'd rather Thielen go off on my bench. So I'm going to say Hopkins, but you can play Thielen too. I'm going to say Hopkins. What's going on with you, Jay? Appreciate you being here. Isaac says, who to pick up deep sleeper after you put Kelly in the soup kitchen? Yeah, man, you got to take him to the soup kitchen, bro. Deep sleeper to pick up. Y'all ready? This is big right here. Y'all ready for this sleeper right here? I love this guy. Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney. I said what I said. Darnell Mooney is the guy that I think he's going to be a big sleeper. He looked good last week, but Justin Fields missed him. Pick up Darnell Mooney. I have to do a video up on him. Pick up Darnell Mooney. Samuel says half-point PPR need to stream a tight end. Gerald Everett, Tyler Conklin, or Noah Fant, or Michael Mayers. Pick one. I'm going with Tyler Conklin. Yes, sir. Okay, guys. I guess what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over my starts and sits. I'm gonna still try. I still want to do a video. I still might release a video late tonight. I wanted to get through that a little bit quicker. Let me see. Taco says just got 2 trade proposals. Give up Water and Aaron Jones for Devontae first. Nope. Water and Ford for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Thoughts? The first one is a C-. The second one is a B. You get Amon-Ra St. Brown, that's a great wide receiver, PPR monster, full PPR. That's a good move. But you also giving up Water, which is good. But you also getting rid of Ford, which I don't know if you need Ford. Maybe you don't need Ford and you consolidate. Ford is still like I'm playing Ford in a couple leagues tomorrow. So I'm going to give that second one a B. That's the best one. If you want to do it, the first one I would not do it. The second one I might do it. Just depends on my team. But I would give the first one a C- and the last one a B. Flo said, should I trade Josh Jacobs or JT, Josh Jacobs for Eckler? You could do that. But you know Eckler is volatile. Josh Jacobs is he's going to be healthy. So if you're giving up 2 players that are upper echelon, both these guys can finish in the top 5 on any given week for a guy who could be the number 1 overall running back, but he's volatile. He's already had 1 injury this season. So I would say I would rank that as a B-. I would rank it as a B-. That's not a bad trade. It's just the volatility. I'm knocking it down from a B+ to a B- because Eckler is volatile. And I don't want you to be, well, you gave up 2 running backs and you get on a bye week and you ain't got nobody because Eckler out with an ankle injury again. Jay says Herbert or Stafford. I'm going with Herbert all day. Herbert, you got to play Herbert. You got to play your stud. JYS, what's up, bro? He said, should I start JT, Moss, Pierce, or DeMarcado? Mm, mm, mm. I'm gonna go with Zach Moss. I'm gonna go with Zach Moss. Pierce got a tough matchup. He's going against the New Orleans Saints, one of the best run defenses out there. DeMarcado, we haven't seen it. I think he's going to be fine. He's got a good matchup. I think he's going to be fine. So he's a possible play. But then you got Zach Moss, who's balling. He broke down Tennessee Titans defense, and that team hadn't gave up a run like that in 3 years. They've been the number one run defense for the last 3 years. And Zach Moss broke that video game. And so I'm going to go with Zach Moss on this one over JT. JT, you shouldn't be waiting for a matchup. Either you're going to wait and see if he has a good game or you're going to play him. You can't sit there and say, should I play JT or DeMarcado, JT or this guy? Because if you do that, he's never going to be able to get on the field because he hasn't did anything. So why would I ever pick JT? You want me to pick him because his name is JT? So if you like JT and you want to go down with this ship, then you just got to roll him out there. But if you want to go with who's the best player, then JT gonna lose every time you ask me that, and I'm gonna pick Moss. So Moss is the best player right now because he's been doing it, and he's been balling out for 3 to 4 games. He's a top 5 running back. He's the number 2 running back overall in fantasy right now. So I'm gonna go with Moss. Great question though, JYS. I'm glad to see you here. Flo says valid. Thank you. Flo says, thank you. Anytime. Glad to see you here. Tim says, I got solid wide receivers. Should I drop Curtin Sutton and pick up Mims or Quentin Johnson? No. I don't, not Mims, because Mims are just a stash. If you want, why would you drop a dude that you can start just to go get Mims? Now, if you want to do it ahead, thinking that Jerry Jeudy get traded, I understand that. Quentin Johnson, I could understand that maybe. But if you was doing a trade for Cortland Sutton and Mims and Quentin Johnson, that might be okay because you don't need Cortland Sutton. But I just don't see in redraft why you would do that. But if you feel that Jerry Jeudy gonna get traded, then I understand. But Mims didn't even play it all. I mean, what did they do for Mims? Russell Wilson ain't even looking for Mims like that. So that worries me. I don't want you to get rid of a guy who you might have to put in the flex, balling down your stretch for whatever reason. And you can have a decent floor. He's give you a decent floor. Cortland Sutton is decent. So, but if you want to play ahead, right, for the 4th quadrant, I understand that move. So it's up to you, bro. Sports Spotlight, he said start 2, Marquise, Zay Flowers, or Christian Kirk. I'm going to say Marquise and that's tough. I guess I'm gonna go with Christian Kirk. I love Zay Flowers, but Christian Kirk I think he's a PPR monster. Zay Flowers is one too. He got touchdown upside. So if you want the touchdown upside, it's Zay Flowers. Christian Kirk is probably going to lead all those guys in targets. So Marquise Brown because he's been balling. I'm gonna say Christian Kirk because he's gonna lead those guys in targets. But if you want the touchdown upside, you can bench Christian Kirk and play Zay Flowers. But I'm gonna say Marquise and Christian Kirk. Side Our Mother says, I watched Zach Moss cut up the Ravens defense a few weeks ago. He's the real deal. Yep. JYS says, am I crazy for starting Addison over Olave? No, but I would probably start Olave because I'm about your studs, but I understand Addison probably could outplay Olave easily. So you're not crazy for doing it. And you said I can still put Olave at my flex. Yeah, so you can do that. I'm not a big Olave guy, not because he like not a good player, but I think it's a lot of guys over there want weapons. You got Shaheed, you got Alvin Kamara, you got Taysom Hill. Juwan Johnson is hurt this week, but just a lot of guys. So that kind of turns me off from Olave. But I understand why you want to play Addison. But I would definitely try to put Olave out there because he's a round 2 or 3 pick. And Agent says DJ or St. Brown PPR. I'm going with. Shoot, you got to go with DJ Moore. I'm not. Both of those guys are stars, but you got to go with DJ Moore. After what he did, why would I tell you to bench DJ Moore and play St. Brown? I love St. Brown, but DJ Moore balled out. So you got to ride that train until it went off the railroad tracks. All right, guys. So I guess I'm gonna go through these starts and sets real quick, and then I'll let some questions pull up in here. And if nothing happened, then I'll get out of here. But I don't plan on rushing out of here right now. I wanted to do this live. This is a late night stream, so I guess what I'm gonna do is so Ravens and Titans. Ravens, Lamar, Justice Hill, Zay Flowers, and Mark Andrews. I'm starting Justice Hill. I think Justin Hill is the number 1 running back on this team. He's the pass. He's like the James Cook of this offense. Because you got to understand the offensive coordinator was at Georgia when James Cook was there. And the way they use James Cook is the way they use Justice Hill. So Justice Hill's got a nice little role, especially in PPR. Zay Flowers is a start, and Mark Andrews. That's it. Titans, Derrick Henry, D-Hop, and Tajay Spears. Just Tajay Spears. He is a flex play if you need to play him. As far as the Commanders and Falcons. Commanders, I'm starting Sam Howell. I'm starting Brian Robinson, Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, and Logan Thomas. Those guys are starting. Falcons, Desmond Ridder, B. John, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts. I'm starting those guys. 49ers and Browns. 49ers, I'm getting the bus, go get the party bus, and pick up all those guys. I'm picking up Brock. I'm picking up Debo. I'm picking up CMC. I'm picking up Ayuk, and I'm picking up Kittle. They all coming. I don't care what the matchup says. They all coming. Browns, Amari Cooper, and Jerome Ford. Those are the only guys I'm willing to play. Amari Cooper and Jerome Ford. I'm starting Amari Cooper because he's the alpha, and you draw up plays for your alpha wide receiver. I don't care who at quarterback. Jerome Ford is the starting young running back. Kareem Hunt still getting his legs under him, so he's not a star right now. He's just a hole in the stash. Saints and Texans. The Saints, Derek Carr, he looked good for the first time. If you ask me, he looked good. Alvin Kamara I don't care what his yards per carry is. He's still looking good. He's giving all the work. He's catching passes. One of the safest running backs in the game. And you got Olave and Michael Thomas. I'm starting Olave and Michael Thomas. I'm starting Olave because why? His draft capital. So you got to start Olave. They are looking to get him carries. I mean, not carries, but opportunities. Texans, CJ Stroud. He is an alpha quarterback. Booming this year. Rookie of the year so far. Damian Pierce. I will start him. I'm not going to go to the waiver wire and get DeMarcado or somebody over him if I already got him on my team. But he does have a tough matchup. So you could sit him if you wanted to because New Orleans is tough. But he still could have a falling touchdown. Nico Collins is a starter and Robert Woods since Tank Dell might not play. So if Tank Dell doesn't play, Robert Woods is a star if you want to. It's a flex. Panthers and Dolphins. Panthers and Dolphins. For the Panthers, I'm starting Adam Thielen and Chuba. That's it. Nobody else. Adam Thielen and Chuba. Dolphins, Tua, Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. They're the only guys I'm willing to start. I'm not Savon Ahmed gonna have to show me. For the Seahawks and Bengals, I'm going with Geno, Kenneth Walker, DK, and Tyler. I'm starting those guys almost every week. As far as the Bengals, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, and Jamar Chase. And I don't have T. Higgins on here because we can't trust him after what he did last year to us when he was like, oh, we're going to play. And he came out there and played 2 snaps and dudded a lot of people with 0. And people was upset. So he's going to have to prove this. He's going to have to prove that he's going to play tomorrow. He could go out there and have a boom game, but I'm not putting him on my start list. All right, going to the Vikings and Bears games. As far as the Vikings, I'm willing to start Kirk Cousins, Alexander Madison, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, and K.J. Osborne. K.J. Osborne is a flex. I'm willing to start K.J. Osborne as a flex. As far as the Bears, Justin Fields, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Deontay Foreman, and Donnell Mooney is my sleeper of the week. Darnell Mooney is my sleeper of the week. I am playing Darnell Mooney. So, guys, if Darnell Mooney out there on your waivers, don't be scared. If you need a wide receiver, go pick him up and play him. I think this guy can have a big week. He's my sleeper of the week. Colts and Jaguars. Colts, I'm starting Gardner Minshew. I'm starting Zach Moss and JT. That's up to you. That's your cup of tea. That's up to what you want to do. But Josh Downs is a start, and Michael Pittman is a start with Gardner Minshew. Zach Moss is up to you. That's your cup of tea too. I would say that, but I would call him a start. He's been balling too good. For the Jaguars, go get your party bus, put them all on there, and let's play. You can't figure out which one you're going to sit. So Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, and Evan Ingram. You got to play them all. As far as the Patriots and the Raiders, for the Patriots, the only person that I'm willing to start is Ramondre Stevenson. That's it, Ramondre Stevenson. For the Raiders, I'm starting Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, and Jacoby Myers. Cardinals and Rams. The Cardinals and Rams. As far as the Cardinals, I'm starting Josh Dobbs, DeMarcado, Marquise Brown, and Zach Ertz. And Michael Wilson, if you need he's a deep flex play. He should have a good game, but he's not a start. But you can start him as a flex play if you need to. Rams. It's Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, and Calvin Williams. And Tutu is a guy where you can put him in the flex if you want to, but he's not you don't have to start him. Lions and Buccaneers. Lions, Jared Goff, David Montgomery, and Amon-Ra. Them the only guys I'm willing to start. I'm not necessarily saying that Josh Reynolds ain't a start, but you can start Josh Reynolds if you want to. I'm not starting on Jameson Williams. I'm just starting Jared Goff, David Montgomery, and Amon-Ra. Those are my main three starts. Buccaneers, Patty Cake, Baker's man, rolling around, throw him in a pan. You can play Baker. Rashad White, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. Eagles and Jets. For the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, DeAndre Swift, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert. You can get a party bus, pick them all up, and play them. You can't figure out which guys to start and sit. I'm playing AJ Brown, playing Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and DeAndre Swift. The Jets, Breach Hall, Garrett Wilson, and Tyler Conklin. I'm starting Breach. I'm starting Garrett Wilson. I'm starting Tyler Conklin. And last two games, guys, the next game is Giants-Bears. The only guys that I'm willing to start for the Giants, I'm willing to start Saquon if he's healthy. I'm willing to start Saquon if he's healthy and Darren Waller if he's healthy. As far as the Bills, get your party bus, pick them all up. It's Josh Allen, James Cook, Gabe Davis, and Stephon Diggs. No tight ends. I'm not starting any tight ends unless you have to. And I don't even know which one's going to be healthy. As far as the Cowboys and Chargers for Monday night, the Cowboys, Tony Pollard, and CeeDee Lamb. That's it. I'm not starting Dak. I'm not starting Michael Gallup. I'm not starting Brandon Cooks. I'm not even starting Jake Ferguson. But for the Chargers, you can get a party bus. It's Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, and Josh Palmer. Those are on my starts. Okay. And Samuel says, have you considered starting a podcast? Have you considered starting a podcast in the near future? What you mean by podcast, bro? Like just chopping it up, talking about things? Let me know what you mean by podcast, because I would Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why they're doing it this late. Usually the streams are a lot smoother this late. Sorry about that. But yeah, let me know what you mean about the podcast, bro. I want give me some advice. What you think I should do? JY says, is Curtis Samuels worth adding? Yes, he is. He said, I have Chase Adams, Olave, Higgins, and Downs. He's still worth adding. Pick up Curtis Samuels. Curtis! Show some courtesy, Curtis. JY says, would you do Hawkinson and Connor for Kyron and Logan Thomas? Yes, I would. Hawk is good, man. Hawk is good. You might get a little bit better of a running back, But you got to be ready. Kyron could go down. He's a little back, but I love to get Kyron, man. You said would you do Hawkinson and Connor for Kyron and Logan Thomas? I'm gonna get at a B. I'm gonna get at a B because you getting Logan Thomas, which is a good. I think he's gonna be a solid tight end, and you're getting Kyron, who got the backfield by himself, and he's a younger guy. So I give that. I get at a B. That's a little cutting edge because you got Hop. You may could do a little bit better, but I understand what this is. Great question. And Will says, "Can I play Waddle or can I play one? I can play one, Waddle or Smith. I'm gonna go with Waddle. I'm going with Waddle. Yeah, Samuel, let me know what you mean by podcast, bro. Let me know what you mean by podcast. Yep, guys. I love Darnell Mooney. I think he's a great sleeper. Great sleeper. Okay. He says, I'm in regards to podcasts talking about football, high school, college. Yes, and I got that. I'll be doing that, bro. So you think I should do this separate? Because that's what I'm going to do in the off season. I'm going to be interviewing high school football players. That way y'all can meet them, and when they go to college, y'all can already be on them, get ready to draft them. Say, TD interviewed that guy. If you go back, go look up the tapes. I got to actually chop that video up and break it down because it was tough to do it, guys. I had to do it in an environment that I wasn't used to. It was one of my first streams. It wasn't that great. But yes, I want to include this as a podcast. But let me know if you think I should do a whole separate channel. I think I should do that here in the off season, not doing fantasy football season, but in the off season. I got chopped liver on my waiver wire. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Is there any onions on it? That means, is there any guys that's decent? Are they decent? Because, you can eat liver. You put some onions on it, it might be okay. Yes, sir. I appreciate everybody being here, man. This late night stream. I'm going to try to do these more. I'm not going to say I'm going to be able to do them every Saturday night, but I'm going to try to do these more. Once I start doing this full time, I will be doing a lot of late night streams, probably 2 or 3 of them at night. 2 or 3 of them not at night, but a week. Yep. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all be safe. Let me see what Samuel says. He said, do podcast all season and doing season. Nobody that I know of doing high school. Yes, and I am going to be doing high school too. Right now, bro, it's going to be hard for me to do it in season because I got to pay attention to this. But as my channel grow and I get more people, yes, I will be able to delegate and I'll be dropping all types of videos. I'm going to be dropping. I'm probably going to be dropping like 7, 8 videos, maybe in some days. Like I might be dropping news videos, fantasy football videos, interview videos, chopping them up. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming like that. But right now, I'm in grind mode. That's why I only got 2,300 subscribers. I'm grinding. So once I get up to probably like 7,000 to 8,000 and I'm making a little bit more money, I can delegate a little bit. I can pay employees. That's coming, bro. I appreciate that. That's great advice, man. I love what you. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you. But I am doing that, bro. Go back and check out some of my videos. Go back. I got some old interviews and stuff where I've interviewed some guys. Leo says, thanks for the great advice. Thank you, Leo. Anytime. Dylan says, PPR flex needed. Ferguson, Brandon Powell, Kendre Miller, or Antonio Gibson. I'm going to say Brandon Powell and 4 PPR. It's between him and Antonio Gibson, and it's close. But I'm going to go with Brandon Powell. He says, thanks for the advice. Have a good night, man. You too, bro. Isaac says, Keaton Mitchell activated. Yes, I seen that. I read that out earlier on the when I first started the live. I read that out. He's just a stash. I don't think he ever passes Justice Hill and Gus Edwards. He might have a couple carries. Who knows, though? He could come out there and pull an A chain. Who knows, right? Yeah, thanks, bro. Anytime. Anytime. All right, guys, y'all be safe. See y'all later. Peace.
Niggas that ain't this. Think you coming up a bag, you ain't getting shit. You say wanna fuck, but now she see a nigga lit.
Country for life in this bitch.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Okay, turn me up, yeah.
I'm like Block Boy, look alive, look alive. I'm married to that money and I keep her by my side. They thought I wouldn't be shit, so why they face look so surprised. You ain't a real nigga, you just pussy in the sky. Whoa, yeah, look at a nigga now. When I put up to the jeweler, I'ma tell that nigga go bust it down. Tryna count the money, damn homie, I done lost track of their mind. Turn me up, this that hot shit, it was kinda looking like a clown. I don't do this for the clout, bitch. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some bands on it. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some racks on it. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag.